But they had the couches backstage. I was sitting there like, I got 45 minutes before I got to do anything. And that's happened at comedy clubs before where like there's a mistake like that.
Yeah.
And you run up and it's like to a room full, even if it's a couple hundred people, you can control it more of like, whoa, shit, sorry, everybody. I didn't know I was. It's very different to be like, he goes, should I have some cheese and crackers or just get another beer? What? And you have to go, what's up, 10,000 people?
What's happening, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? This is the X5 podcast from Cleveland, Alabama. I'm David Lynham. I'm your host. I'm fine. I really am fine. Joined by Charlie,
what's up?
The HMFIC here at X5. My buddy Cassio. Bert.
Are you crying already?
Yeah, I'm one of his non-binary pals.
He's crying.
I'm also joined by Jeff Allen here. Comedian Matt Davis, and our special guest today, man, we're so excited to have him in here.
Roll.
Yeah, his latest special is Dog Belly, available on YouTube right now. There it is, the drum roll. Please welcome Jay Oakerson, everybody.
Yeah,
What up?
Big J.
Big Jay Oakerson. Who gave you the name Big J?
Oh, is that when I moved from Philadelphia to South Jersey, my senior year of school, of a high school.
Yeah.
The first friend I made there was named Jay also. To give you insight on, his girlfriend would call us Little J or Big J, depending on the thing. But he was 6 foot tall and not like skinny. That's how fat I was. And then when I started doing comedy, I started in the black circuit. And the host of those shows did not care about your last name enough to really get it down. And I just seen it get not mine, but I saw it happen to people. Kurt Metzger is a brilliant comic. They used to call him so many different. They call him Kurt Metzlars. They would add,
His name.
and then what happened mostly with Kurt was they would give a bunch of like credits that weren't even real. That's what they would do to hype everybody up.
Right.
And then they would just say the word Kurt in the amount of space that it would take for a full name.
Yeah.
So they would go, everybody put your hands together and make some noise for Kurt. Does it sound like the 12 in Sesame Street? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And so I just started just going with Big J. And then when I kind of went into more mainstream stuff, I kept it because it's kind of what my friends always called me anyway. And then also I think it stands. And I didn't want my black circuit fans to lose me. Who's this
That's how
Jay?
you started out in the black circuit?
Who's this Jay Oakerson? Yeah, in Philadelphia. There was only one club at the time.
Oh, my
And the
gosh.
open mics in comedy there were shitty, like, you know,
here, I'm sure.
Maybe, but I mean, it was just like I just didn't experience. I just started, so I've seen it 1,000 times since. But it was just a couple comedians hanging out like in a shitty place, not like really having much like fun. You know what I mean? It didn't look like fun. And then the Black Comedy Club was promoted by like the hip hop station, so it was thump like every. When I moved to New York, I was blown away by what open mic is because it's more like what I was describing.
Yeah,
a couple comics hanging out. And I think this was 300 people every weekend and like a DJ. It was so like hyped up and awesome. I didn't learn how to write jokes very well for a long time, but I did learn how to make a black audience laugh.
That's way more important, actually.
It feels so good.
It does. I was about to say that must be exhilarating.
Because every time you get on stage, it's going to be like the
Yeah.
And then by the time I'm in my underwear for some joke I just did, they're like, all right. And before you know it, you're taking a picture in front of an airbrushed picture of Tupac with 2 morbidly obese black women.
You started out with Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, same club.
Were you the only white guy in the club?
No. When I a couple weeks after I started, Kurt Metzger started there also.
Yeah.
And it was funny. Yeah, Kurt. when we went up to New York, it was so funny, like the switch in, because he had such good jokes, but he was just like a white. I played the part much more. Like I had FUBU jerseys on, and just the kind of way I dressed of the time, like blended in a little more. And Kurt was just like, so they would go at him so hard right before we moved to New York, and started getting into the mainstream stuff where he was pretty prepared for, and I wasn't. Kurt just came to me with his newest joke of like. He goes, when you're taking a doo-doo and people see your shoes under the thing, and I was like, no, Kurt, don't start writing jokes just for black people. I just felt like his vernacular, everything started changing in this one joke, and I'm like, oh, you're trying to like, no, man,
I'm trying to get
don't
him.
do it. Your jokes are so good, like don't just start like dialing it back which you don't have to do anyway. It's just it was more like he didn't learn the presence yet to like you can get any crowd to laugh at your stuff if you like. Evoke confidence. We would just go up there so like, hey everyone, and like, fuck off, white dude. And I'd be like, okay. So are you guys married? Shaky hands every to the point.
You do such great crowd work, man. It's like, is half of your act when you go into a club? Is it usually half crowd work and half material?
Yeah, if it can be. Until I have to like record something, and you got to do much more material. But yeah, but live shows, as much as possible.
So
I try to do crowd work.
I've seen him in New York a couple of times, and I actually went to 2 back-to-back shows. And the thing that I liked about it was because you did so much crowd work, it was 2 completely different shows. I think the opener was, if I'm not mistaken, is you were talking about fuck you, Charlie.
I'm sorry. Look. This motherfucker hadn't slept in 2 weeks because you're here today. He's look. He is.
I think Jeff's played
so
it pretty cool. It's been very cool.
I told him in the car that one of the reasons that I was super excited that he was here. I was a huge fan.
Yeah. He's so.
We talked about it because I first saw you on Z-Rock.
Yeah.
We were talking about Z-Rock.
Oh yeah, I mentioned Z-Rock. Yeah.
He is. Hey, seriously, Jay. Like he's feeling. He's feeling the vibe.
I'm broing out over here, man.
He's vibing. He's like,
so he played off very cool.
The
only before he said it in the car, the only clue I had was because when he first spoke, he goes, and just like man, he goes, I have your number now. Like I'm not gonna like abuse that. Hit me up whenever, dude.
He's like, I already sent you 4 pics.
The reason, so no, let me clear that up. The reason I said that was your agent, when I was talking to your agent, he was like, hey, he's probably going to call you, and you need to make sure that number, like you don't do anything with that number. I was like, oh, okay. So I was
how
like,
great are
man,
agents and managers? They're so like not me.
Right. I was like,
all.
now I'm worried about it.
Not at all.
So
Hey, you just wait till the night.
I'm gonna start sending
He's
you
gonna put
pictures of
little
my
googly
asshole.
eyes on it and a wig and just send a picture of it.
Yeah.
When I was on tour with the band Korn, when it was over, the summer was over. I did 60 shows with them at that point. They Jonathan Davis, lead singer, gave me his number, and I just took it very cool. Where I was like, yeah, of course, let's exchange numbers. That makes sense. And he put his number on my phone, and I'm like, cool, dude. And then I went back to my hotel room. Or no, I went right from there to a gig. So I was in a hotel room in Kansas City. I remember, and I was just sitting in my room, and I was like, I should write him like, just to have some kind of reference. Like, I should write some kind of thank you for having me on this tour. Like, I didn't really say that so much in person. Like, let me give him a nice thank you. And I wrote something out. And I sent it first to my friend Justin Silver, another great comedian. I sent it to Justin, and I go, hey, is this good? Like, is this like too much? Is it weird? And he was like, no, it's fine. So I go, okay, and I send it to Jonathan Davis. And then a couple hours later, just hotel room nonsense. I think I was getting ready to get in the shower, and I just took a picture of my dick, and I said, I'm sending it to Justin, and I go, hey, does this look right for my age? And I don't know, I guess everyone can probably relate to this. What's funny was, because the story's a little anticlimactic in that I did send that picture to Justin. That's who I sent it to. But the feeling everyone can appreciate when I hit send on that dick pic, and what I saw at the top of the screen was the words I wrote, because I sent it to Justin.
Right. Oh, you thought it was
I saw the end of the words, so just for a moment before I saw Justin's name again, It was like living a lifetime in a second. It's like what they say what happens when you take DMT. It's like 2 years and 10 minutes. That's how I felt when I saw that thing going across. I was like, no. And I was like, oh right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was exhausted from a millisecond of time.
Oh my
like my
God.
body was exhausted because I was like, oh shit, I was like, that is not going to be a good look. Hey, dude, thanks for the summer. And then here's my dick. And while we're farting around, dude, here's a little dick pic. I thought maybe if you send one back, so be it. Great.
5 9/16.
We used to. I probably shouldn't tell this story.
Cut it out.
Well, then we're doing it.
We used to stand like in a room full of people that wasn't paying attention, walk into a room and drop our pants and tuck our dicks and balls all the way back so it's hanging like out, you know, and just ask, hey guys, does this look better tucked in or out? They turn around expecting your shirt, your balls and dicks hanging out of your ass, but you got to have enough equipment to do that.
Out of your ass.
You know what I mean?
It's called the goat,
No.
man. It's the
Is
goat.
that what it is?
It's called the goat.
No, mine doesn't hang out of my ass if I tuck it back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I need somebody else to pull it from behind. It's one of those you got to pull it, and then I got to slam my legs short.
Yeah, my buddy, he would do it to his mom and family. It was weird, like a weird scenario.
Yeah, only in
That's how
Alabama.
Bert got on the podcast, man.
Yeah, it was.
A dick and ball flasher really
to your
is,
family.
but they won't do it for anybody. Ari
Yeah.
Shaffir is a very like. Usually, you think you get mad if like your girlfriend's like seen your friend's dicks,
Yeah.
but like everyone's seen Ari's dick. Yeah.
That's what I hear. Who was just talking about him the other day?
His
Here.
big nuts. Big Jewish
He
nuts.
doesn't really have a family that would know that that's going on the internet, right?
Ari?
Ari's family.
No. Yeah, religious Jews. So
Yeah.
they're not checking into.
Well, they don't
can't
have
use-
internet.
yeah.
They're not Amish.
They're not allowed to use. They can't use internet 2 days a week. I don't think.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Was it Chavez or something in there?
Yeah.
Didn't he produce the Dog Belly?
He did. Yeah. Ari came up big for me in that. I didn't know anything about that. He did his special Jew
Yeah.
God, that's so incredible.
first, which was a
too.
killer. Yeah.
He's
so like
so fucking funny, dude.
Ari's great. Yeah, he's
So
one of my
fun.
closest friends, but he's
That's
been awesome.
cool, man.
But yeah, I didn't know anything about producing stuff, so he just
Yeah.
like when I said I'm gonna self-produce it in my mind, I'm like, well, now I guess I have to interview a microphone guy, and
Yeah.
I didn't know what the process. He's like, no, you just hire a producer, and they put the team together. I'm like,
I gotta wrap.
I
up
love
cable.
Ari's acting like he's about to break even on his special with all the views he's gotten and all the donations. I know he's full of shit. I know he's gotten that money back. There's no way that he hadn't recouped all that.
I don't know. Depends what people are donating. My donation thing was pretty hilariously like because I didn't even want to put it up. I was like, just give it. It's nice if they do, but like I just assume it was ever going to pay for what I'd put into it.
Right.
So I'm like, figure a seat on ticket sales on the road. But Ari was like, no, you got to put the donation thing. So I think my thing says like, I think this is tacky, but Ari made me.
Yeah. I had a Jewish producer.
Yeah. I go, I think this is pretty tacky.
What made you not shop it rather than just do it yourself? Like, what was that? Or is there even like a point where you're just like, nah, I'm just gonna do it myself?
No, look, it'd be great if it comes out on like on Netflix and stuff like that. But I didn't want any like when I did Netflix, The Degenerates, even the show was called The Degenerates.
Yeah.
The guy Robbie Prawl at Netflix. It's not a dig on him, so it's to say his name, but like Robbie essentially was like they couldn't get me on the stand-ups specials, like those 30-minute specials.
Yeah.
So he was like he kind of thought of an idea for like a dirtier one of those. And that's why I'm like the first episode of it and everything. And even down the wire, I mean, in Vegas, in show clothes, we're getting ready to go on. They're like, you got to cut this joke. I'm like, this is called The Degenerates, man. And I'm like, it's and that's not because of standards and practices existing. It's like what they're foreseeing the problems being. And I'm like, I didn't want to operate like that this time.
Yeah, no, dude.
But I'd love the promotion machine behind Netflix or any of those
sure.
things.
That sucks though. They want to just absolutely
Did you cut it?
church your set, you know.
Did I what?
Did you cut the joke?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you bitch.
No. Oh no, I'll tell you exactly why. I said I went to my late manager at the time, and I was like, yeah, I mean we're already here, and the
Yeah.
cameras are set. I go, I'm just gonna do the joke.
Yeah.
And he was even like, yeah, dude, like do it. I was like, well, I guess worst case scenario, they'll cut it. But,
Yeah.
like, you know, like put it in, see if they maybe feel different about it when it's out there. I was, that's what I'm going to do. And then Robbie's my friend, the guy at Netflix. So I was like, Robbie, I'm going to do it. He goes, buddy, I'm begging you not to. He's like, if you do it, he goes, it's just not me. He's like, my boss will just not air the special. Like, he'll be like, fuck him. And just
Really?
remove the special. So I was like, well, I can't. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Sure.
So you got to eat the shit. So that's when I was able to, like, no notes material wise. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess actually, even that's not true. You have to run it on YouTube for like a week privately, and see if they come back with anything. But there was nothing. So either I met standards and practices, or they're not looking.
Nah, man.
I like the idea that there are just some people at YouTube, you know what I mean, watching your special before it's out and making notes on that.
That's their job. Hey, have you watched the Big J special yet? No, I'm getting to it today.
But man, that has to suck because it's like cutting your knees out from under you a little bit. Like,
Oh yeah.
when they want to like police your jokes. You know?
Well, it's funny. I did the Jimmy Fallon show before it was the Tonight Show, and it was like the later one. And this guy, Jeff Singer, who used to work for for Last Finger, Jeff Singer, who like we really aren't like close at all. But this guy, like, I always got to give him credit. He was like, I'm getting you on late night TV.
Yeah.
And I did it. You know, he's like, can you just do anything that can work on this? And I worked on a set for a while, and then like, I wasn't loving the set, and I would send him a few of them, and he'd be like, yeah, I just got to work on this and that. And after a while, I was like, I don't think this is even happening. I kind of ignored it for a while. And like, over the course of like 5-6 months, this went on.
Yeah.
And he called me back like, no, I want to get you on. Like, please give me a set that works. Like, you know, keep trying and whatever. And we finally got it like whittled down. He's like, that'll work, and I was happy with it. So I'm like, okay, we'll do it. And then the day before, I get a call, you got to cut a joke. And the joke was, it's fine, it doesn't exist anywhere anyway because it's removed. But it was by Michael Vick. Michael Vick being an Eagle at the time when I was on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know he's a bad guy, I guess, because of the dog fighting thing. But like, he's the quarterback for my team now, so like, I just need him to win.
Right.
Like, that's way more important to me than past dog fighting. And I was just like, I think I made examples. I was like, if Michael Vick, I go, when he scores a touchdown for the Eagles, I go, I'll throw him a dog and let him tear it apart like a werewolf in the end zone.
And they wouldn't have it.
And he goes, they were like, you can't do it. So I was like,
Such a good joke.
I was like, oh man, really? And then I just tried to like, I'm just crunch time. I'm also not a good joke writer. I'm not gonna like sit down and like hash it out. I have to like do it.
Yeah.
And like find the funny words, and I just couldn't. So I'm just like, I'm in my house, just going like, or my apartment, just going like, what the fuck? And then I just go, the simplicity of like, can I say I throw him like a stuffed animal dog and let him tear it apart like a werewolf or something? And they were like, and they go, yeah, that'll work. And then I was like, and I told other friends that's what I was going to do, and they were like, that sucks, man, 'cause that's not like, that's not as good as the original thing. Like the harshness of it is the funny.
That's the funny part, yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm in it now. I'm recording this thing tomorrow. And I went out there, and when the set was going good, I went on autopilot, just kind of kicked in, and I just did it the original way.
No!
And I didn't overthink. And when I got off stage, I went right to the producer, not even Jeff, like one of the producers there, and I was like, hey, man, I'm really sorry. I go, I don't know if they have to cut it for like time or something, but I was like, the one bit I said a line they asked me not to say, but I did it anyway. And he was like, no, crowd seemed to like it, it's fine. And then I realized like a lot of that stuff like that, where it's not like you're not saying bad words or anything, are just like they're worried that you're going to lose the audience. Yeah. Because they put every level of comedian on those late shows. They have young comics on it. People have been doing it for years, so they didn't know me. So I think they were more concerned, like, if you lose the audience, is it over? Yeah. And I was like, oh, if that was the fear, I would have been like, no, let me lose the audience. That's fine. That'll be fun to kind of like get them back. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the fun of it. And he was like, but they were like, yeah, it's fine. Jeff Singer called me the next morning. He goes, yeah, I think so far they're at like 3,000 like angry emails about your joke.
Oh shit!
And I was like, Jeff, think of all the people who love it who aren't maniacs who go on the internet.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's fine. He was fired, I think, 3 weeks later. And they removed that. Like, you can't find it. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, really?
It was removed, yeah.
The whole show, or just that what part of the bit?
I don't. Maybe the whole show does exist, so I don't know where that would be exactly. Maybe Peacock or something. But like on YouTube, like their YouTube, it's like gone, and there's no like. There's a couple of links you could find, and it'll say it's there. But if you go to it's one of those, it just shows like the static, and like this was removed by whatever.
That's funny, dude.
By the owner, so it's just like it never happened.
Oh my god!
How awesome is this fully loaded festival you're on right now? It looks like the most fun gig.
It's a lot of fun.
Is it like 15 minutes you have to go up and do? Or?
Yeah, somewhere between 15 and 25, depending on like where you're at in the lineup. He kind of moves it around to keep it like fun for everybody. But it's great. It's just at 40, and Bert's older than me now. He's 50, but like at 45 years old that I am, it is funny like how set in my ways I am that the tours like. You know, we were talking before the show, even like of us doing something with the guys tomorrow, or the different things that were pitched, which is great and a fun thing. But you know, you guys are on the road too. At some point, you're like, you know, how many times they've been filming me at an event and they go, "You got sleep in your eyes." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just woke up. I didn't know we were doing like, you know, ninjutsu training with like a professional ninja in a private room."
All the shit he lines up for you.
It's always some great, yeah.
Yeah.
I've woken up to this year so far. It's been like, come on. We got the crab feast going. I'm like, it's noon.
Do you not know the night before? They just wake you up with the surprise of it.
It's discussed and talked about like to some degree, but it also feels like because there's so much drinking on the tour.
Yeah.
I mean that positively. That like it also feels like drunk night plans.
Yeah.
Like it's never, you know what I mean? It's like, dude,
There's no way they're waking up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m., I'm taking you on my favorite hike, and we're going to hike, and then there's like a little thing, there's a ravine, and we're going to sit there.
Those Coke conversations.
We're gonna maybe write a song.
We're gonna play a guitar.
Yeah. He goes tomorrow, and we're not just gonna say it this time. We're doing it.
Right.
And then everyone sleeps, and he goes, dude, there's no way I can go. And no one's awake. So I feel like it's those, but the problem is you're like, oh no, someone was like hired to, you know, to do it. But I mean, but that said, the things have been like amazing. We would like kick field goals on the Nebraska's college.
That's cool.
Meet the coach and a bunch of the players and shit.
Well, I had you guys almost a water park rented private.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know, yesterday was the 4th of July, so like this is the guy's busiest week.
Also, might be a good thing because it might rain.
True.
I'm an older gentleman who checks the weather. It might rain for sure. Yeah, that's going to be it because that's what happened. That was supposed to happen also a water park in Pennsylvania, and the rain killed it.
So you're the only one. So you're the only one that's on like almost the whole leg of the tour.
I'm on all of them. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have the same management. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but like, they were like, you want to do the whole tour? And last year it was 2 weekends, 8 shows. They were like, you want to do the whole tour? And you're almost like, yeah, sure. And he goes, it's double the thing this time. You're like, ah, shit. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I love hanging with Bert, and I said like the people he puts together. The 2 of the weekends we've done so far, I've had like brothers with me, like Louis J. Gomez and Dan Soder. The second week, but now it's like now it comes in the fun time too. Like these next 2 weeks are ones where it's more like I'm like, oh, me and Stavros Halakias will become closer.
Is he on tomorrow?
I don't think he's on tomorrow. I don't know if he's on this weekend or not, but like, you know,
yeah, he's great.
Santino, Tiffany Haddish has been on a bunch of them now.
Mark Norman's
this weekend. Yeah, it's like
Jim
my closest
Norton.
buddy. Yeah, Norton did New Hampshire with us. So yeah, it's kind of all over, but it's great. I mean, I'd never met Tiffany Haddish in my life before, and now I've seen her twerk extensively.
This is probably going to get bigger.
I'm
and
a
bigger.
big fan of your twerk, miss.
Yeah.
I follow all of your twerk.
You really popped that thing. I just want to congratulate you.
It looks like it's going to be bigger every year. They're just going to grow it into.
Yeah.
Is that his plan every year to make it bigger and bigger?
I don't know how bigger they can go.
I don't know.
Stadiums.
It's like just longer stretches. I mean,
maybe we'll take it a little bit longer. I mean, this is 16 cities. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
run for like what it is. I guess maybe he'll do one straight through maybe.
Right.
Because everyone kind of disperses at the end of the weekend and comes back.
So what's it like going from comedy club to arena?
It's different for sure, especially when there's a mistake. We had a hiccup in the show, the second show of the whole tour in Baltimore. They were supposed to they had me listed as first on the whole night, like after the host. I was first, and I went to Bert with like, you appreciate this, Matt. Just like, you don't want to sound bitchy and complaining about your spot or something, because it wasn't complaining about the spot. I was more like,
is this correct?
Hey, with like what I do, I was like, I'm gonna be sitting on a stool. Like I said, a weird energy if I'm first.
Let's go.
Even if technically you wanted to put me second, like it's just they have an idea. It's like, oh, everyone's gonna be doing a different kind of thing. Like I don't know. It's a weird energy in my subject material. I'm like. And Bert was like, yeah, that's probably not right. We should like, and Dan Soder was closing the first half, and he just offered. He goes, I'll switch with you if you want. And I'm like, sure, that works. If everyone's cool with that, it's fine. Dan was standing side stage. The host didn't get the information, so Dan was standing side stage. I'm sitting on a couch. Thank God I was even backstage, but they had the couches backstage. So I was sitting there like, I got 45 minutes before I got to do anything.
Yeah.
And then he goes, you're your first comic come on stage, you know him. He's got a special out right now. I'm like, Dan's got specials out. You know him from the Bonfire? I go, oh yeah, it's cool. They're still using Bonfire for Dan. Yeah. That's great. And he goes, and Legion of Skanks? And I'm like, that's me. And I mean, like, I start hauling and throwing things out of my pockets. I'm like, everyone hold these. And that's happened at comedy clubs before where like there's a mistake like that.
Yeah.
And you run up and it's like to a room full, even if it's a couple hundred people, you can control it more of like, whoa, shit, sorry, everybody. I didn't know it's very different to be like, he goes, should I have some cheese and crackers or just get another beer? What? And you have to go, what's up, 10,000 people? So that's the big difference, but they've been doing it for these last few weeks and last year. What they've gotten great at, they're camera people, unsung heroes, because they let me like make the room smaller, even these big arenas, because I could talk to the crowd and they camera the crowds on the screen so everybody can see who you're talking to. So that's a very like evening factor of that.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's been awesome. So I get to do it like a comedy club a little bit, which is great. But I mean, it's definitely going to be more material heavy because of the nature of what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Big J, would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick or sit on a dick and eat a cake?
Really think about this.
Yeah, we've all answered this.
This is life-changing shit.
Privately. We've never brought this up.
Because you're great at one of your bits, one of my favorites is what's the gayest thing you would do to fuck the hottest chick?
Yeah.
So you got me thinking, he's good at these.
It's gonna be.
Now, when you choose, you have to explain why.
Yeah, for almost fear factor like reasons.
Right.
I'm gonna have to sit on a dick and eat a cake because
Smart man.
yeah,
That's correct answer. It's correct answer.
I won't be able to eat a dick.
Yeah. Same.
Well, there's no pleasure in sitting on a cake or eating a dick.
Well, hang on.
To be fair, I've never sat on a cake.
What kind of cake are we talking?
But if you're at least eating a cake, you're getting some pleasure out of the deal.
Yeah. And you don't taste dick.
Or you lose a lot of weight because you now equate eating cake with getting ass fucked.
That's better than Ozempic right there.
It's Pavlovian.
Pavlovian.
You want some cake? No, not at all.
I don't even want them for my birthday anymore.
Yeah, because you want to eat cake? He goes, no, I got a long drive, dude. I can't have a sore ass.
Hey, Dustin, bring up the clip of on David's birthday, our birthday surprise for him. We'll let Jay see that clip real quick.
No, I don't want him thinking this is coming through that door.
It is. We heard it was Big J's
Just
birthday.
do that one to the left. Yeah, check this out, Jay. This is.
Oh, we blacked it out. For YouTube copyright.
On your birthday. Oh, I got on the same shirt. That's embarrassing. Awesome.
Nobody
He's
would
gonna
notice
burn
that.
this shirt afterwards.
Before we get too crazy deep, dude, I just remembered something. It's
Look at
fucking David's birthday
That's
today.
true.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Man, I'm not a birthday guy, man.
We got you a bust.
We got you a busted ass bus.
There's
Oh my God!
there's a lot hanging out there, Big J.
Yeah. All right. So, when is your birthday?
December 7th. I know it's blacked out because he just looks like a tall, skinny, which means heavy hanger, right?
Yeah, that's a real friendly. That's a real friendly size box you put on that.
Heavy
Yeah.
hanger.
I think it's a little too generous for him.
Look at James's face over there. It's like the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. Oh man, yeah.
You
God
do a lot of
bless.
crowd work. You bust the
Yeah.
balls. You do. You talk about dick size a lot.
Yeah, it's a subject.
You try, you try to
Thumbs
get
up.
girls to fuck other guys. I've noticed that.
Oh yeah.
You'll set them up with other
Sure,
guys.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, if you can facilitate that, it's a good feeling when someone calls and goes, "Dude,
Yeah, it's-
totally fucked that chick last night."
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
Put an assist on the board.
And they will be at the next show.
Yeah, well, it's so funny too with the way I do that. That's why I stopped like reading comments under like my clips ever, because I was just like, the whole thing's just to make people laugh. It's like never like it's such like what do you call it, like innocent intentions to like make people laugh.
Yeah.
And I remember the last thing I looked at the comments was a crowd work clip they put up on me. Just whatever, I don't know where it went, but the beginning of it was just like, this is your husband, now your boyfriend. Now it's like, you're fucking him, like friends with benefits. And they were like, no. And I was just kind of like, I mean, I just watched him pay the bill for sure. Like, there's nothing. Just whatever basic thing like that. And it's like by the fourth comment now in the world, it's just like, just because a guy pays for something doesn't mean a girl has to. And like, I can't argue with it. It's like, really? It's funny when people say things that are so obvious.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't, no one girl has to fuck a guy just because he bought her drinks. Like, I'm aware. It's not really funny to start barking that in the comedy club, though. So I was trying to hedge my bets and see if we can make something happen.
Yeah, welcome to a comedy show.
But that's why I ask. You do it now. Everybody knows who you are. I would assume the majority of the people that come to a comedy club to see you know who you are. When's the last time somebody got heated? Or have you had it?
Last night.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got yanked off stage by my ankles.
Really?
That's the story I tell in Dog Belly. I tell
Yeah.
the story of getting yanked off stage by that girl. And that was like the last time someone got that wound up. I used to have a thing, my favorite thing at the, now it's not like so much. I mean, I'm sure there's people who like leave and don't like it or have said that. I'm sure there's some people at the Burt shows who have some ideas of me.
Right.
There's some notes.
I'm sure there's some notes. No, I haven't had too many things. It's been quite some time since that's happened. But like at the Comedy Cellar, when I was there pretty much nightly in New York City, when people would walk out, I had such a thing lined up that I used to love doing. Like if they were, because I also like, I do understand people leaving, especially if they leave quietly.
I'm for it. Yeah.
I kind of like, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not your thing.
Yeah, sure.
What a cool way. Now we know what a cool way to show it's not your thing than like, you know, being furious and saying some kind of shit. But I used to, when people would get upset, I'd be like, why are you? It's like, oh, you guys are leaving because of me. It's too dirty or whatever. And if they were shitty in any way at all, I'd be like, I promise you, this is how confident I am in myself, that I could just make funny out of anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a clean concept. I would do this whole kind of build up to it. And I tell them you can't make any room for me to be dirty because I'll find it. So it's like, it's going to be a question like, you know, like, what's your favorite color? You know, something as basic as what's your favorite fast food? Something like that, benign. And then the best would be if you can get them like reeled back in to be like, even with their eyes rolling, like, yeah. And I'm like, you just got to give me a subject. Like, I promise you I can win you back over. And then they'd be like, and I kind of be like a 1, 2, 3. What's your question? And they would just go, and I would go, have I ever come on my own face? Like I was like, answer wrong. Assign them like I would just assign them the question, and then be like, and then let them go, and it's like, yeah, it's not going to get any better.
That's so.
That was
fucking
a question I had. Is it? Do you sometimes gear people towards an answer when you're doing
you
crowd
got
work?
to, yeah.
No.
I mean, I got into subjects more, you know what I mean? But like, I'm willing to kind of go with wherever it goes. It's more fun if it like breaks off of like what I have ready.
Yeah.
You know, there was like, it's funny, on my special, actually, there's a couple things I was able to kind of save and keep out because they're fail safes for like the audience being weird in any kind of way.
Right.
Like, moments never came up, so you're like, well, I'll just keep them then.
Yeah.
That guy's chair really break at the show?
Yeah. It was wild. I felt such sympathy for him. And also, I'm like, how do you not say this? Because it was just like dark.
You heard it? Because he looks way far back. I don't know how you would have seen it.
It wasn't even hearing it. It was just where I was having looking at the time. It's like silhouettes of heads. And I just see a head just go like not. It wasn't bending over down. You know what I mean? There's plenty. If you see a head kind of go out of frame, that doesn't seem weird. Like, you know, people like dipping down. It wasn't that. It was just someone's head just got like substantially shorter very quickly, but then stayed there. Like, they didn't like leave the thing, and I was just like, dude. I'm like, did that just happen? Did your chair just break under you? I can't even see him, but I know you're fat. I had that. I've just said that pain. One time outside the same Comedy Cellar, I remember they have these chairs. They're like tin and wood. I don't know why these outside chairs are so flimsy they have. But I sat in one time. This is such a fat man's thing, too. I sat in the chair, and I felt that exact motion happening. Not like it breaking, snapping, like the metal wearing under my body.
Like strip.
What was going to happen? What definitely would happen to that guy, because that guy said his chair didn't go crumble.
Right.
It just gave, and he just went down with it. And I sat and felt that happening, and was able to catch myself in like a squat almost, and I just like stood back up and just walked off.
Yeah.
And my friend Dave Smith, he's like, well, dude, aren't you gonna tell him my chair is broken? I'm like, no. I'm like, then they're gonna think I broke it no matter what. So I'm trying to erase all, and then let the next guy eat the shit. And I hope he's fat, and I'm gonna point at him when he falls and go, damn, dude, you broke the chair. Get your life together.
How many sets in a single night have you done up there?
Like ever? I probably.
Yeah.
It's probably like 11 was probably like my top
11
ever. Yeah, some people have banged out like 15 if you start running the open mics at like 5 in the afternoon.
Jesus.
But I did all my open mic in the black circuit where there was DJs.
Did you ever do Uptown in Atlanta?
No.
Did you ever do it, Matt?
But it's my favorite. I don't watch any good comedy at all. I always watch comedy fall to pieces. That's my favorite thing to watch. Sure. Yeah. No, zero. Like how late in the game I end up watching like Bill Burr or Louis C.K. or I always rush to Attell for sure, or my friends and stuff. But like good comedy does not draw me to it at all. I want to watch shit go bad. And that Uptown Comedy, what's it called, Uptown Comedy Club?
Yeah.
They did I guess we're doing a TV taping there once. And it's a YouTube video of a guy just goes up there. He's just corny and he just eats shit. It's one of the most famous like bombs. Not only is he, at one point he reintroduces himself. He pulls that's kind of a hacky move to do like the I'm gonna reintroduce. We gonna come out and do this again. He reintroduces himself. They give him the claps, and then he comes out and starts right back into the joke that was eating like immediately right there. And then he, it's on. You can bring it up on YouTube. It's called Comedian Booed Off Stage. It's one of the first things that comes up always. But more importantly, and I don't know, you guys might know the host of the show.
Male or female?
The host is male. He comes. Yeah, there it's it. First
That's
one
it right there.
He comes out.
Wait.
The host comes out after this guy.
Is that Sir Walt? Oh no.
No, this guy's
it's not.
This guy's from Los Angeles or something. It's the host coming out and shits on him for 15 minutes.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a predominantly black club in Birmingham for a while. Downtown Birmingham, you've got First South, First North, right? You got Morris Avenue, which is the dividing line, and it's called the old Cobblestone Street. It's called the Cobblestone, right? And Ricky Smiley started that club.
Oh hell yeah!
And Ricky Smiley was like house MC, part owner, I don't know, whatever. Keep in mind, I'm maybe 18, 19 years old. He knows me from the club that Bruce owns, from the Stardome, right? Mm-hmm. And he would text me and go, dude, come down and do a spot, right? And I'm 18, right? Just any stage time, right?
Sure.
So absolutely. So what I do is I go down there and then eat a cock, right? And then Ricky would go up after me.
Tell us how you got the stage time.
Rip for 20 minutes about how hard I fucking ate a cock.
Oh yeah, that's the move. It's funny. There's one of my favorite things. I used to do this Sunday nights like when I first started going up to New York, it was only to do the black shows. So it was like that black circuit was great to me. Like I learned so much in that world, for sure. But I remember a guy named Talent and Will Sylvans. Will's still around. They're both around still. But they used to do this great night at the Boston Comedy Club in New York City every Sunday. It was like the Black Night, and it was just packed and awesome. And when I first started going up there, you go up and they call the New Jack spots, where they give you, but still, they still pay you. I gotta say, that's scene, like $25 to go up there and like survive as long as you can. And I just remember Jordan Carlos, who's like actually like working. He like gets like a lot of acting work and stuff. Jordan, he's like a pretty successful, funny comic. But it was young, you know what I mean? We were young on this thing, and he went up there, and he's like a nerdy black guy.
Yeah.
And this was like, you know, like this was like, it was like Def Jams, almost like Mobb Deep might be in the audience or something. It was like that. It was pretty cool in that regard. And me and Kurt Metzger were outside of that club, and we saw Jordan Carlos just come running out the door, and kind of off we didn't like really follow him with our eyes though very much. And then the host comes out. Will Sylvans is Haitian. Lived in America his entire life, but for some reason has a very heavy Haitian accent. And I just so he has like a bit of that Elmer Fudd like Chuangma's voice, and the sentence that I'll never forget is him walking out. He goes, "Why are you crying, Jordan Carlos?" Jordan Carlos, why are you crying?
I did.
That's how mean some of these like shows could be, because if you did bomb, I've been like threatened from like I've been on stage, like the audience is like threatened
You ever
me.
seen The Keys?
Oh yeah.
No.
I was about to
The
say
one
I
that
did
got me
Key
was The
Night.
Keys.
I did Uptown, and I did the Key Night. The Key Night is when they sit down, they literally take their keys and put it on the table. And when they think you're not funny, they just start jiggling their keys.
Oh, really?
And you got to get over it, or the whole crowd chimes in.
Fucking ruthless.
Oh, that's
300
brutal.
people going click, click, click.
Yeah.
It is so loud.
I did Uptown.
I want to try it.
That was a funny.
Like a wild bull. See how lucky ground.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Because if you hear it, you get excited. You're like, oh shit, here we go. The ride is on. You know,
Yeah.
you're bull riding then.
No, that's what I mean. There's something like exciting about the idea. Like, it's like it can't. I've been doing it too long now for it to like kill my ego to eat shit somewhere. So it's almost like, can you do? You know what I mean? If you can't, you'd be like, yeah, they keyed me. Like, yeah, I got the keys.
We did Uptown. Everybody was telling us we should do Uptown. There was a kid named Patton Oswald. I don't know if you ever met him, but they kept telling us you guys should do Uptown. You could hang over there. So we're like, all right, well, let's go do Uptown. So we go sign up, and you know, it's just sign up. They have their like set list, but then there's like 8 dudes they just randomly call, and you're the first 8. And if you start bombing, if the crowd starts yelling for the DJ, he'll start scratching and wait for a reaction. And so there's like 5 comics go, and they're not making it past like 2 minutes. And I tell my buddy, because we're the only 2 white comics, says, hey man, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your set, but you got to start with your closer, because he looked like every Alabama quarterback ever. He's got the Bama bangs, right?
Jay Barker.
Yeah. He looks just like that. But his closer was, he did a dead-on Snoop Dogg and Samuel L. Jackson doing a news report. And it was a funny bit. And I said, dude, you got to start with this. You're never going to get to it. And he goes, I've never started with it. I said, dude, just start with it. And he's like, I don't know. Let me see what I can do. So they finally caught Pat Brown. She was used to host Comic View for a while. So she... like you said, she knows nobody's name. She's just like, this is white boy number 1. And he comes up and she's like, nice bangs, man. Come on up. Hope your jokes are as funny as your bangs. And they're always like, yeah. And he gets up and he goes into normal set. And I'm like, wow, he's done. He's absolute toast. And so he starts doing his stuff, and you hear the DJ go, and he's like, you know, and then oh God, now you're on pins and needles. And because he's doing it to see if the crowd wants to. Yeah. And there's like a couple people, he keeps doing his joke. And finally he's like, they're about to hit it. And he goes, wait a minute. Let me do my bit about Samuel L. Jackson and Snoop Dogg doing the news. They're like, no! And you hear, you look so dumb right now. They're like playing him off the stage. I'm like,
oh my God.
He just came off. He goes, should have done the closer. Should have just went
Yeah, with the closer. Yeah, for sure.
With the closer.
Jeez.
I used to get down to my underwear on stage at the Black Club. Murdered. It killed so hard. And then Keith Robinson, who became one of my mentors, me and Kevin Hart, he kind of pulled us out of Philly. I remember him telling me that he's like, you shouldn't be doing that. That bit's like just corny. Like you're just like, he's like, everyone's just laughing because you're a fat guy with his clothes off. Like there's no like comedic, like you're not doing something like funny. You know what I mean? Like it's just not, you should learn how to be funny with your jokes and your words. And I started to take it to heart and I stopped doing it. And then I got into the finals of this contest in Philly. And the final, it was me and a comedian named Ray Gordon, who's a great comic also. But he was the first guy to ever put me on stage. So I was like, oh, I'm going against like,
Yeah.
This is like
Big Brother.
I'm like, I'm not even Big Brother. I'm just like, he's just so much better than me.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for so much longer, and he's like stronger. And I was like, shit. And I started telling all the comics, I go, it was about a bodybuilding bit. What I got in the underwear for. I go, I think I'm bringing back the bodybuilding bit. And they'd be like, it's not fair, man. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
And I was like, fair or not, dude, I got to win this thing.
It's survival. Yeah.
And the thing was, it was a black comedy club always, but I haven't done much of, if any, of the weekend shows there. So even though they were bringing in like it was all black audience, it was just a different clientele.
Yeah.
And the weekend was there to see like a comedy show. It wasn't like such a Def Jam kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I was just used to that. And and that's what this joke is all based around, is making a room of people. I'm down in my underwear with the 2001 theme
You're
playing.
Jeff,
they're like,
Jeff all worked up.
Keep talking.
I mean, they're falling out of
going.
chairs. Like, it's such a big reaction. You're like, I'm killing this. And this time I go up there, my shitty jokes aren't working. So now I'm panicking out if they don't like those jokes, I don't know if they're going to really like the getting naked thing.
Story of my life.
But I just go into the bit anyway, just kind of like, it's my set.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all I have at the time. So I start saying it, and the music comes on, and I said the first thing I would always do is I would take off like my shirt. And that would be like a huge explosion of laughter. Normally. Right? Normally. And this time, like, you just hear a person go, Jesus Christ.
Like a whisper almost.
I mean, it's happening so close. I hear it. I'm just hearing the individual voices. And then I was taking off my pants. I was unbuttoning my belt or whatever, and I remember turning around, because it's like I do like a rear
Reveal.
Ta-da moment.
And I'm going like, what? You don't have to do this. Like, you just bail now.
You're talking to yourself.
Well, because I lost. I already lost. Ray killed. He went on before me. It was his to lose, and he's already won.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, well, I'm already here. And I go, and every party is kind of like those 8 voices happening at once. You're like, maybe this is what pulls him back in. I dropped the thing, and I was wearing. Every time I did this, I would wear. I took a pair. My stepfather bought. I don't know why. He bought like bikini underwear once, and there was a zebra ones in there that he would never wear. So I was like, oh, I'll use those that'll be the funny bit. I'm in these zebra like bikini underwear.
Nice.
I dropped the thing, and it's just silence in the audience. And then, the 2001 theme, when it comes to that ending, the the big, like, the big ending crescendo.
Yeah.
That's what I would do on all the doom is when I would be like dropping something on the big crescendos. And then that final one, the music would always die out, and I'd be standing like this in my underwear. And I mean, deafening laughter.
Everywhere else.
Deafening laughter. And this one, it was just, that music stopped, and crickets, and one person just goes, what the fuck? And then I had to grab at my pants like 8 times. I just kept like missing them and like
You're
not
whipping
getting them all the way up. And I was
He
like,
was a spokesperson for the company.
and then it was funny was watching when I was trying to change that, I just didn't know.
I keep snorting.
I was like, you need something. I'm like, you need something big. Like, I always feel like these shows, like, these are 7-minute, 10-minute sets.
Yeah.
But you're like, what's the fucking blast at the end? It's hilarious now. Like, half these Burt shows, I keep saying one of the last things I say before I get off stage is I I don't know how to end like comedy sets because like when I do at clubs, I always like end it with like I thank the audience for like listening to all our shit and kind of getting us where we're at and put us in this position. And so it's a little more like earnest. But at the end of the Burt shows, he's like, there's like a laugh somewhere, and I go, oh, I should have said goodbye then. I was like, oh, well, anyway, thank you guys. I'm like, oh, shit.
You were enjoying the laughter?
I just enjoy, they laughed, and I'm like, this is going great. Oh. I'm like, that was the last thing I was going to say. Oh, yeah, so I was panicking about not having a big bit, and the only other one I tried was, so stupid. I was going to do a joke about getting new nipple rings. Of which I did not have nipple rings. My idea was...
I was about to say, new nipple rings.
Yeah, well, my idea was... So it's so funny to do all this stuff. How much comedy now, it's like I put on clothes, but like I can just roll out of bed kind of and like do. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, basically, like, but if you can't smell my breath, I could do it right in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can just go do it. It doesn't require anything. Every time I did that joke, I had to wear these bikini underwear all night. They were the underwear I wore like that night to do the bit. And then I wouldn't even change. Just like, I'm in those underwear. That's it. I put a string. I taped a string above my nipple, around my neck, and then to the other nipple with a little bit of like extra hang on it. Because right before I went on stage, I was going to wear... I made tinfoil rings that were huge, 10 inches each maybe, and I tied them to the strings with right on my nipples, and also had to do comedy like standing like this a little bit because you don't want it to kind of reveal.
That's gonna ruin.
But I also look ridiculous.
This is what magicians go through.
Yeah. Oh, David Copperfield.
The cards at the sleep. And I remember it wasn't even a joke. This is how like lame it was. I swear to you, I go. Because I was doing a couple weeks, I think, of just like jokes closing, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like it feels when everyone's like hitting each other in the chest, laughing at because I'm naked, and that clearly doesn't work anymore from that one show. And also Keith said to stop doing it, and I remember just going like, whatever joke was, and I just go, oh hey guys, real quick before I get out of here, I just got some new piercings. Tell me if they're too much, and just like lifted up the shirt and everyone, and it was kind of like a. It was almost more of everybody going like, oh, is that why you were standing like
that's the reveal.
They're like, we just thought he had multiple sclerosis. That's cool. Whatever. He's got MS.
What are they checking for in school? Spina bifida? Scoliosis.
Scoliosis.
Fucking terrible. Did I say the wrong disease? I don't know.
No, you're right.
That would all work.
Yeah.
All of those would work.
Scoliosis, they
Just
check
all
you
of them.
in the
Check
gym.
all of the above.
Just anything with a curved spine.
Yeah, any of that shit.
So what's been your favorite city so far? You got one?
In general or the...
Bob Barker.
Yeah. Just in general.
Oh, God, I'm pass out. Yo, I'm sorry.
Not even on the comedy tour, just in
Just in
life.
general. Just in general.
Uh-oh.
I'm partial to Darkhan, Mongolia.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I used to love San Fran, and then it became fucking all pussied up.
Dude, I've never...
San Fran was like a
never
cool,
been there.
like that hippie thing about it was kind of neat at one point, and then all the tech went out there, and just like, it's just like not a good hang anymore. I feel like, and it's legal to shit in the streets.
That's actually why.
It's legal. It's here in Cleveland too, if you'd like to do it.
Are you really allowed to shit in the streets here?
We were ahead of the curve.
So my...
Because no official records, but maybe.
So when was talking about that? When was weed made legal? Wasn't it just recently passed as legal, like within the last year or two in Canada?
For where? Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
No, Canada was
Like the whole
Canada was
country.
ahead
Canada was
of the US.
before.
Yeah.
Was it a
most of us,
while?
yeah.
It's been a while
been
though, right?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
I was in
Okay.
Edmonton, Canada that weekend that it
Yeah.
went legal. It was
2018.
nuts.
Wow.
Okay, 2018. Yeah, so I'm way behind the times.
Wow.
Oh, you should show that video unless you lost it. That guy, yeah.
That one?
Let's hear.
Oh,
Let's
that
hear
one?
him.
Because what he does is great. He goes, man, I'm from Oakland, man. I think it's Oakland. He goes, I'm from Oakland, man. I've seen tough as shit in this. You ain't gonna get me off stage. You ain't gonna boo me off stage.
Talking shit.
He goes, you ain't gonna boo me off. Yeah, but here's the thing. There's also like these. Is tropes the right word? Or like these sayings, like I've had them backfire on me too in the black circuit. I've done the, hey, you guys don't have to like me. You could boo all you want. I already got paid, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, well,
okay.
now you got to get to your car. Yeah, that's really what they. That was said to me in Harlem once. Well, now you got to get to your car. And I was like, you're not wrong. But this guy goes, man, I've been through tough as shit in this, man. Y'all ain't gonna get me off stage. And then they go, they just like, and then 30 seconds later, he goes, you know what? I'm going to go.
I was wrong. Okay,
They're laughing at him for sure. That's looking like with a Bluetooth in. But,
He's got
this is broke joke.
Yeah.
By round of applause, how many broke people?
Actually, even just to skip to pause it for a second.
Good, so
I'm
y'all
sorry. But even to get like what he's already eaten shit with, I could summarize it.
I love that you have this memorized because
It's only 2 jokes.
This
Oh
30
yeah.
times.
Every bad one is I know inside and out for the most part. But this guy he's just nervous, and he doesn't have his footing under him. So you see, he's getting his wording wrong. He's just feeling it wrong, and he goes, and I'm doing it too much justice, but it's basically he's trying to say, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Yeah.
And it was like I wished for a chest, a strong chest, like working out, get a strong chest. He goes, I woke up one morning, and I had, and he's almost giving to the audience like, you know where I'm going with this, they don't. And he's trying to quietly say he has tits, and he goes, I got breasts, breasts. It's crazy out here. And then he goes into, if you back up like 10 seconds, even he's going into his broke material about being broke.
I'm like, Lord, come on now. You could have gave me a sign, gave me a little more time or something. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all feel me. I'm just going through that right now. Maybe it's just me by myself.
Isn't he an AA meeting?
I'm just going through.
Appreciate y'all.
Is there a way to make it a little louder or not?
Yeah, turn it up, Dust.
Oh yeah, bring it way up.
But for real, man, it's like right now, just going through some stuff like where I'm broke. How many of y'all broke in here? By round of applause, how many broke people? Good, so y'all can relate to this shit right here. Because I'm telling you, I've been broke for so long, man, I forgot what it's like to tell people to keep your change. I'm saying, you go to the store and you buy something that costs 99 cents, you give them $1 and you wait for that change. Because that money add up, don't it? That money will add up. When you go to them
There's
Koreans,
already
they gonna
over
want
them.
that change.
They're already over.
Right.
It. Like he would have to
I'm
go
serious.
to them a
And then
little
when
bit
you're broke,
now.
you
and
might
he
have
just
broke
won't.
friends. How many of y'all got broke friends? By a round of applause. That's good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, that's all
But
that.
see, when
He
you got
starts
broke
doing
friends,
that
they
too.
gonna
I
keep you
think that's
broke.
what the host calls him out too. He goes,
right.
"How many
This-
people in here breathe in air?" Looking for any kind of sign of life.
I heard a host go up one night and the guy didn't. Hey, who here's married? Who here's whatever? He goes, who likes music? Y'all heard of music? music?
Waiting for claps for anything.
Oh my god.
I heard a guy one night lose a crowd telling a joke. He said there would be a lot less rape if more girls would say yes. And I'm talking about I've never seen a room turn on I mean, he was done, absolutely done. They started booing him.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't remember who it was. It was at the Stardome.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
Good old Bill, that son of a bitch.
it was Bill Cosby.
Are we gonna see this guy get kicked off stage? I want to
Oh,
see
doesn't
it
get kicked
now.
off?
It's on TV. We ain't booing. All right,
Oh.
we ain't booing.
Dude,
know
I
it's
can't
late.
sit through fucking 7
They gonna
minutes
edit
of
this part.
No,
of the
no, you
show.
don't have to.
It's late. Y'all been all
Let's-
night.
Oh, he's
waiting.
telling them we're
Fuck
done.
that.
Yeah, you go to that. Here's where he gets kicked off.
Yeah.
We gonna
Oh
roll
wait,
this.
wait, back
You know
up
what?
10 seconds because this is where he goes. He goes, I want you to see. Say you're not going to get me off stage, and within less than a minute, he goes, you know what? I am going to go.
In a minute. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna work this shit out. Y'all ain't gonna run a nigga off stage. Fuck that. I'm from LA. They gotta been through worse shit than that. Fuck that. we gonna roll this. You know what? I tell you what. We gonna come back on the next tape. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, it was instant. It was instant.
You know what?
Way
I
to
am gonna
stand
go.
your ground.
You know what? As I said it out loud, I realized it was wrong. I am gonna
That was the funniest part.
be. And then the rest of the video says not a 7-minute video. The next is 3 minutes of this guy just shitting on him. Bad.
Skip ahead. I want to see who the host is.
Yeah. Bring it up some.
It's right here. He's coming out right here.
Oh, they're dead. Oh, he wiped his handshake.
He didn't want to touch him. He got that bad fucking juju on him. He's got to get the room back.
Oh, he does.
This is the most brutal.
He murders.
Somebody said he tried. You see the low self-esteem at the end, though? I'll see y'all at the next time.
Next. He can't find his way out the curtain.
That's funny.
He said, hold on, we not gonna boo nobody. They said, boo. He said, okay.
Not finding a curtain hole sucks shit.
It's the worst.
When things are going bad.
As soon as you slam the door after argument, it doesn't close. You're like, oh, shit.
You're standing out there. You've already ate shit, and you're just looking. And
I can't imagine
outta
anything
here.
more miserable.
The crowd's just
God.
laughing.
Slapping him.
Just,
Fuck, where's it at?
just
Then
And
you
it's
give
on
up.
the other side.
You give up and do this, where you're like, I'll just get to a side eventually.
We're back home. We had a power outage. Charlie didn't pay his power bill. Fucking Alabama Power came down here and shut her down.
You tried to pay him in a drum set.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man. You like arcade games or what?
How about if I send you guys a drum set?
Yeah.
We get the lights back on. I go.
Yeah,
I thought.
Fuck it. Dude, thanks for being here today with us.
Thank you for
man.
having me. This has been
Seriously.
great.
It's been cool.
Been a lot of fun, man. It was cool to catch up with Matt too. Me and Matt worked a zillion years ago too with Dave Attell together on a couple gigs
Nice.
and weird ones too. That I remember.
Yeah, we did Dover Air Force Base for the troops that got with the bodies coming back, and it's like the most depressing,
you gotta get that
the most
crowd.
depressing gig, but a great show. They were amazing as a show. It was amazing.
But they said also, I think they told us not to acknowledge that because many of the widows, like when someone dies and kind of they send back, like they're also like, and you know, you can check out the comedy show if you want. Also, when you come here to pick up your husband's remains.
You're kidding me.
On my life, yeah, they were like, it's a very depressing place. Like, the show was fine. I remember it being like pretty good. For the sound was terrible.
And then we did the university show
I was
after.
Gonna say, in a classroom essentially. It felt like.
Wow.
It was so weird.
But that lineup was Attell hosting, me, Metzger, and you.
Yeah.
Right? And at the Air Force Base show, the military kids, whatever, right? Fine. And then we go over to college, and, like, I'm still in, like, let's do shows for troops brain. You know what I mean? So, like, whatever I did first, I had to, like, oh, right, these motherfuckers are 18. What am I talking about? Like, these are different 18-year-olds.
Man, I thought I was going to kill it. When I was young, especially at that age, I started comedy young, so I was like, man, when I get to do college, it's like, that's my audience, right? They're the same age as me. I'm performing for these people that are older than me always, and like, that's why they're not getting my dirty whatever. And then I go to a college, and you say anything, you were like, something about black people and white people, and they're like, what difference does it make what color people are? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's like, whoa, you're not my audience. Or, you know, something about blowjobs, like, oh.
What? we were talking about that with Eric on the last episode. We were talking about doing colleges, and he said that it was the absolute train wreck trying to do those things nowadays.
Oh, I couldn't imagine what it's like now. It's going to be 10 times worse. It was like, I felt like the colleges were what everything is now back then. I used to do this one at SUNY Delhi. So it was upstate New York. It was good. It was a drive. It was decent money for what it was. And you went there to bomb. You were like, it's going to... bomb, but this guy, the guy who, it's like this old man who was like the student activities director or something, and he was a huge comedy fan, so he just wanted to have it up there, and he was able to spend the money to have these comics come up there and do a show for a crowd that doesn't give a shit. And then the audience was obviously students, but they would also show up in pajamas and have blankets and pillows with them, because as soon as the comedy show is over, it's just like free things for them to do. They show a movie that's in the movie theaters or just out of movie theaters in the gymnasium, and they all like lay there with pillows and blankets and stuff. And I remember one of these shows, I was just eating shit. And you just got to do your time. It wasn't even a time where I was panicking at the eating shit. You're just like, where are we at? 30 minutes, 15 more? Like, so anybody in here? Well, you know, they don't give a shit. And then
applause if you're breathing.
Guys, give around applause if you wake up every day. So at the end of my set, when I get the light and I'm able to leave, I remember just going, I go, you guys are all ready to go watch the movie in the gym now? And they were like, yeah. I go, what movie are they showing? And they go, The Prestige. And I went, oh, Christian Bale's twins. Good night. And that's the entire movie. It's a movie about magicians or something, and like the trick is there's twins. That's the big ta-da of the movie. And just before they go watch, they go, Christian Bale's twins. Good night. And like, fuck you guys. Just stared at me for 45 minutes. Get some life inside of you.
I heard Theo does a bit about the same shit. He's talking about he booked a college, you know, and he comes out and he's just eating shit, you know, and they're just bombing on him. And he said the way it was set up, it was like the comic would come out and basically he was hosting it.
Yeah.
And then like a band or a speaker or something would come out. Like, so he would go out and do like 10 minutes and then a speaker would come up and then he would come back out. He said every fucking time he'd come back out, they were like just booing and like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there'd be another speaker. So this keeps going on, and he comes out like 5 or 6 times. And he said finally, like, he comes back out there, he's like, fuck it. Like, he's just like holding a flag. I bet you guys didn't think I'd come back out here again. But it's so funny to hear him say it, but everybody, it's the same consensus. Like, everybody says the same shit.
Oh, well,
you know,
Matt, you've experienced this for sure, too. We all have our best, the intro, because it's not a comedy show.
Yeah.
So it's like the student or something brings you on, and it's always the first biggest mistake is your name first.
Yeah.
They go, all right, so now we're going to be bringing up Big J. Oakerson. He's been seen on Comedy Central and things like that. And then they go, so yeah.
So yeah.
So cool.
And then they sort of walk off, and you got to go. And the applause. Are like,
Got it warmed up for you.
So here's my favorite intro story. All right, before we wrap here, a comic named Niall Seguin from Toronto. We're at a club in Toronto. This guy's doing a guest spot. Right. I don't know who he is. No one in the club knows who he is. Right. He's from somewhere out west in Canada, and he comes in like everyone's supposed to know him. We just don't know him, you know, hey, how you doing, being polite, but he's being a dick to everybody, right? So Niall's hosting, but Niall's only hosting because I'm headlining the club and we're buddies, right? And he lives there. So we're just, he's hosting to hang out,
sure.
Right? And so he has no idea that Niall's, you know, been a comic in Canada for 20-something years. He writes for all these TV things, you know what I mean? He's done all the stuff, right? And he's extremely funny, right? And so Niall goes, hey, man, what do you want for your intro? And he goes, just bring me straight up. I don't want you to fuck it up, okay? And Niall went, no problem. Right? So Niall goes up, does his opening 15, just shreds a sold-out crowd. Just shreds the room, right? Puts the mic in the mic stand, looks back, towards the green room, and then walks the fuck off the stage. And the guy's just standing there, and he walks up and goes, you're up. I didn't want to fuck it up. And the guy goes running up, right, tries to recover. And then to recover, he tries to shit on Niles, who's just destroyed. They love him.
That never works.
Right? So then he eats a dick for 10 minutes, right? He walks off.
Sitting on a cake.
Niall goes back up, right? And just lets the room kind of calm down for a second. Says one line, rips, and goes, "Well, it's not the crowd."
Wow.
I got. You have two best introduction stories I have, and I know you guys got to wrap it up. But
We don't.
But
Let's
this was one. You're probably gonna have to bleep this. This is a black circuit. This was a room. Kevin Hart used to host this room weekly. It was called Sweet Cheeks. It was in Atlantic City.
Strip club?
It was essentially, no, I think it was at one point, and then it became like a bar, and then it was like Atlantic City, off of the boardwalk, 10 inches off the boardwalk, becomes a terribly violent, awful neighborhood.
Yeah.
And this club was there. And you'd go, but the thing was, they'd give you $300 if you could essentially say last 10 minutes on stage.
Wow.
And it was not always easy to do that, but when Kev couldn't host it sometimes, they'd have me host it, which was even worse of a situation. It went bad when Kev hosted it. Like, and they loved him.
Yeah.
Before he was known at all. He wasn't like known at all, but it was like they loved his like energy and what he did. You know, he knew how to play the crowd. But one time I was hosting it for him, and this guy I've never met before, you know, they were like, he's on next, so I went over to him to get his intro. I go, "What do you want me to say for you?" He's like, "You just say clubs and colleges, whatever, man." I go, "What's your name, dude? I'm sorry." He goes, "Oh, Ignorant." I was like, "Nah, dude, please don't make me say that." And he was like, "No, it's cool, man. It's my name. It's like my stage name." I was like, "Can you?" I go, "Just honestly, like tonight, like, dude, this crowd's already like they're tough on me. Like, can I just say your?" I was even giving like a comedic thing, or I'm like, can you just say, I'll say your regular name, and you can go
anything,
but you could be like, my name's whatever. So, but they call me that, you know, like, can you introduce it that way? Like, but I'll just give you. He's like, "Dude, it's cool, man." He goes, "It's my name. It's my stage name. You know, I'm gonna get mad about that." And I was like,
Here we go.
I went on stage and I was like, "This next guy, you know, I'm clubs and colleges," and I try to glaze over. I'm like, "Keep it going for a minute." And they kind of just clap, like they don't overthink it, I feel like, but they're a little like, "What?" And then I go to shake the guy's hands. He's coming on stage and he doesn't shake my hand.
Oh, he set you up.
And then he goes on stage and he goes, "You just gonna let that white boy come?" And I was like, "Yo." They let me leave. Yeah. The guys who ran that show were like, "Yeah, you can go. That's not gonna.
It's not gonna fare well.
He's
for
like, "You're not
you."
gonna be able to talk your way out of that." And I was like, "I didn't even do it." You fuck. And then the other one.
That's when you opened for Sinbad, right?
The funniest intro story to me always. I did Temple University in Philly. In a lunchroom almost. It was this shitty little stage they had set up, and I forget that both these guys don't do comedy anymore, I don't think, but Dorian Noel was my buddy who was a comic, a black dude, and the guy hosting was it was like a one name, was like Furious or something. It was just a one name thing, but he was hosting the show and like doing pretty well. Very few people in the room, but like he's doing well. And a notorious thing, call it what you will, is a black show's host might do a lot of time in between the like it might be a long show. It just happens, just is what it is.
Yeah.
And before he was like, "All right," when someone was on stage, he goes over to Dory and he goes, "Dude, I'm bringing you up next. What's your name, man? Like, tell me what's your name." He's like, "Dory Noel." He's like, "Dory Noel, I got it, man. I'm gonna bring you up next, Dory Noel." He said his name 3-4 times in this, like,
no chance.
almost trying to give himself like the "I got this now."
Overconfident.
And then he goes on stage and does 10-12 minutes of comedy. Definitely has forgotten Dorian's name. And he goes, "All right, you guys ready to keep the show moving?" He goes, "I'm gonna bring your next comic to the stage." He goes, "Yo, this dude's been on Comic View, Def Jam." I think maybe Comic View was true, but Def Jam definitely. He's like, "Def Jam," just give all the black creds, you know, Who's Got Jokes, some. He goes, "You've seen him on Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien, David Letterman." He goes through all the names of that. He goes, "NBC, CBS, ABC."
He's waiting for somebody to bail him out.
And he just go, and then eventually, after like, you know, whatever called 30 seconds of intro, he just goes, "So I want you to clap it up, make some noise right now, and show your love for him." that cadence, dude. That's never not made me laugh. It goes, show your love for him.
Have you forgotten that before? Been on stage and forgot who's coming up after you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
I used to host the Comedy Cellar all the time, and like that was sometimes yeah, you're like, fuck, dude. Or if it was a good person, it's like a new person to the club even, and you're like, shit, I've forgotten it completely.
If I have to host something, I'd take a piece of paper. I'd have a list. I make a big deal of me having the list off the top. Like, we got a great show. I show them the list, whatever, and I just read that name. I don't even try anymore.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. If it's a showcase thing, yeah, it's nuts. But like, sometimes you go up there and you're like, shit, they said it to me. Sometimes I feel like that thing, I go, I'm going to have to figure it out, see if my mind just brings it back to me, because the second they said it, it was gone. I don't know if that's like ego or like
No, I'm the
a
same
bad
way.
personality quality, and you go, someone goes, hey, it's nice to meet you. My name is, like I met Terry
Yeah.
before
Nice.
because I like really like, I even try to say it back, and I try to do the cues because I'm terrible at that.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me their name, and I just go, they might as well just went, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. Because I go, dude, it's great to meet you. I'm Jay. What's their name already? And he goes, you can't immediately go, say yours again. I know you said it 5 seconds ago, but I was saying my own name in my head.
You remember Terry in that tank top? Word association.
Yeah,
Terry tank top. Terry tank top.
That's right.
That's the scariest thing as a comic, you know, too. That's like, that's the hardest thing with doing 2 show nights at all ever. In comedy clubs, I still do on the weekends, and is like, I've tried to learn to start making associations with just like any bit I tell.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm doing the bit, you know, guy in the green shirt or something, because like I try to make that so, because I'll just ask, because I'll never do it, like tell the same joke twice in a set. I'll never do it, but because before I'll do it, I just go, you know, hey, you guys ever notice at the gym? Have I said this already? I'll just do that. I'll just go to the crowd like, did I say this already? 'Cause your face isn't helping me. That's what you just try to do. You try to start getting into it and being like, is anyone in this? Nobody would help you. If I was telling a joke for the second time, you expect someone in the front row is going to be like,
You already told this joke.
but they never do. They're just like,
No, they let you do it. And
then when it is like you start telling it with like trepidation.
Yeah.
So then their face, where you're used to seeing smiles and laughter on the setup, I'm telling the setup so slow because I'm like, have I done this already? And the audience is like this. They're like, and then I'm like, are they making that face because I've done this already? It's just such a panicky moment. So I try to work hard to like do that association thing. Yeah, it's like green shirt jokes, and then you start telling a joke and you're like, that green shirt guy's not here. I can do it.
You could take the write it on your hand with a Sharpie, the names of the comics, and you could be like, welcome next. Look at your hand.
Oh yeah, no, people do it. Yeah, the list thing is like fine. It's also, again, like if it's like an open mic or something, or like a showcase show, like a bar show or something, a produced show.
Yeah.
Is one thing. It was like the Comedy Cellar. We're like expecting like the utmost of professionalism. I'm like, your next comic is help me out. Help me out, somebody. And then the manager has to yell out. So and so.
From the back of the room.
Like, there it is.
His name's Cliff Davis.
Kurt.
Also, those like Kurt.
is the best, though.
Him.
That's the funniest
That's the best.
intro
Yeah.
story I've ever heard. Make some noise for him. And walked off. He didn't even break. He shook his hand, and it was just like, I didn't fuck you over. It's like, you did pretty majorly.
Now I have to come out here.
Like,
and
you
tell
made a
him my
5-minute
name.
routine out of not knowing his name, and now he has to come kind of tell you his name, or you really chumped him pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, how bad is it for you to have to come out there and introduce yourself after somebody flubs it up? You have to come out and say your name again. Oh, that's got to suck.
I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could figure. Like, again, like, I have like a weird last name, so like I would understand that at the time. One of the guys who comes and wrote me a lot is Mike Fenoya, who's a great comic, but that name sounds like 1,000 other words, and also is a word you've never heard before.
Right. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Finoia. Fenoya.
Fenoya.
It's real, and like he would come and wrote me sometimes and really get like, he's like, this guy called me, said like Mike Fiona again. I go, you can't get that mad about it, dude. Just go up on stage like, you need to write a joke about your name being difficult.
Yeah.
because like I'm like these guys are not going to get it a lot. It's 75 vowels in a row.
That's so crazy.
That or tour India and they'll crush it.
yeah.
I'm telling you, man. That was buddy's like, oh, here's my buddy Vamsidor Bogaraju. He wants. I'm like, I'm sorry, what happened? And he goes, you can call me Vamsi, and I went, oh, thank fuck.
I brought up, in the Comedy Store in L.A. when I'd go out there and started working there a little bit. Like it's all pass the mic to the next guy. There's no host. I remember the two I had. The two I can remember, I should say. Like, I'm sure I brought up other people there, but the two that I remember from that original room show bringing up was Sebastian. When I've always just kind of called him Sebastian, but like I don't know because it says in the list his full name, but like I don't have the list with me. I just saw that Sebastian was next, and I probably could have said Sebastian, but I didn't know. This is years ago at this point. And I remember going, I knew there was more C's in his last name than I think there is. So I just put one in every break of his name. I go, everyone clap it up for Sebastian, man kiss cow coke. And I still don't even know how to say her name, even though I think she's great, and she's a sweetheart and a great comic. As a Mary Lynn
Rajkub? Oh, yeah.
Rajkub?
The girl from 24.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, no
and,
idea.
And she's a sweetheart, too, but I mean, like, I had to bring her up one time. I'm like, those letters don't make sense together.
There's like numbers.
I've never seen an S next to a J ever.
Name's got punctuation.
Never, like,
writing it down doesn't even help you. You're just
Scalb. I get this yeah. That doesn't mean that's not a word.
There's no way it's how you pronounce it though. Raj.
I think it's someone says like more like rice.
Was that R?
I can see where the J is a Y sound.
Was that
so
R-A exclamation point S-K?
Rajkub? You think, Davis?
It depends on where the name's from, but like the J can be a Y sound, like Eastern Europe. You get that?
That still doesn't help.
It'd be race cub.
Yeah, it'd be race.
And it was one of those things too. Both people at the time were, I mean, still, I guess, but like at levels that you're like, oh, I want them to like me. And I'm like, well, I just mangled both of their names in 1 week. I'm like, same thing. I'm like, oh, it's a girl from Road Trip and whatever, just been in a zillion things. And I'm like, Mary Lynn, fuck, I know she is. Guys, don't get mad at me for what I'm about to do, but I'm about to fuck this up. Does it have a translate?
Is it Sebastian Maniscalco?
Oh, there it is.
Maniscalco.
Say it again.
Maniscalco. Oh.
Rajkub. It's Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did Maniscalco.
Maniscalco.
I go Maniscalco. I go somewhere in there. It's right.
Yeah, right.
That's like the saying, "What sick bastard came up?" Like when people that have speech impediments, they made the word impediment just impossible to say for somebody with a speech impediment.
I have a speech.
Drew Lynch tells a joke about that.
Yeah,
the guy with the stutter.
Yeah.
Drew Lynch.
It's like, golly, fucking.
I hope Drew Lynch likes me. I said on my radio show once when he was on AGT, I was like, listen, I'm like, if talking's your vice, your issue, you can't stop. I've been proven wrong, but I mean, I just say to myself as a consumer myself of comedy, I'm like, I can't, dude. I can't. I'm like, you're putting me through something.
I know him from Canada when he was still in Canada. He's a sweetheart. And
Sure.
He would laugh at that. He would laugh at that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm saying my belief. It's nothing about the talent.
Come on in, man. I'm just.
No, but I'll say it's nothing about the talent. Almost, it's just for me. It's just like the particular issue that it exists there. I'm like, I don't know if I can get past it. But I have over the years. Like, I think Josh Blue is great. Like,
he's great. He's really funny.
Like, it's like
Dude,
you have to like really listen when he's talking, but like it works for sure.
I'll tell you a great Josh Blue story later.
I have a thing.
He killed a hooker once.
Yeah.
Like I used to have a thing about little people, like for real though. Like a lot of people say that.
Like scared?
Like not scared. They just make me.
Like
sick
a
to my
thing.
stomach.
A
like
phobia.
I couldn't eat around them or anything.
Yeah,
that's sort of like
you were afraid they were going to watch you eating.
No, dude, there was that. You guys, you said you got Brad Williams on.
Yeah, we got him coming in. That's great. He's going to have to
ask.
I'm telling you all this out. By the way,
no, don't edit it out. I'm telling you, ask Brad Williams.
Yeah,
ask him. about when we were in Montreal Nasty Show one year, Just for Laughs, in Canada. There was I don't know if it was a stage manager or a stage hand, somebody who had like fear. What is it called? That's too much of a word for
Maniscalco.
They're saying we can't pronounce it.
Maniscalco.
Hey,
midget phobia.
hey, they need to.
Rashcophobia.
They need to make that word smaller.
Yeah, that's a crazy word for what it is. Two lines. But this guy had it, and we thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, I think like he's been getting through the shows because he hasn't really had to be near Brad at the point.
So funny.
And one of the last nights of the gig, his car was parked right outside. The backstage was outside, and then down like a little like metal flight of stairs, and it was the street, and that's where the guy had his car parked. And Brad came out, and I mean like a Benny Hill show, like they did an around the car, like the guy didn't want to. There was still a show to do that night. The guy got in his car and drove away and never worked the job again.
What?
He walked away. He quit forever.
I know it sounds fucked up. Like
He
really
left.
does.
He didn't want. He was so freaking. Brad was just like, and it was so funny knowing Brad all these years into Brad's great. You know what I mean? Like, and so him just like, he was just doing like the thing. He was like, he's like coming out with his arms out. He's just screaming and running in circles around this car. And then Brad's like, they're doing like this way, and it was so wild. And then the guy just got his car and peeled tires out of there.
Dude, I fucked up not fucked him up, but I fucked with a cop one time. I got a buddy, Dustin. Go to YouTube, bring up Little Elvis, Danny Frazier. So I've got a friend that he doesn't. He has a disease, like he doesn't have legs, or like he walks on his hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's really strong, his upper body, because
Of course.
he walks on his.
You'll have that on this bigger job.
So. Yeah, so he's also an Elvis.
His arms have great
impersonator.
calves.
See, this is his song. Look, this is his song. No legs, no problem.
Do not put this up.
So he's an Elvis
Do not.
impersonator. No, I swear to God.
Take it, please.
You'll see. He used to work for me. I used to have haunted houses, and he worked for me in one of my haunted houses.
He played on it.
Real question: does he have a wiener?
So all right, Dustin, that's enough. Pause. So look, I don't know. So I always kid him
Text
about
him
that
right now.
But look,
I mean, the thing is, if he does, it's just on the floor.
it's on the floor. Yeah.
That must feel so. If you hold him up under the armpits
stop
and it's
it.
just a torso and a wiener coming down.
dude, I'm not kidding.
I
you.
want to believe it's what it is.
So
for him, I want that.
we were doing a haunted house in
Can't
Chattanooga,
stand.
Tennessee. Okay, for the month of October, we used to do like me and a buddy of mine. We would put them on like multiple in different cities at the same time. And so Danny, he's from here. He worked for us.
We can tell.
And we would always have him like in a room or whatever, and like the guy would saw him in half, and we'd have we'd have a table.
Charlie,
and somebody under the table.
You literally,
Yeah.
The liability on that, I have to be. That would a person who's unsuspecting that.
Yeah.
I found out on a freak show,
Dude.
maybe only like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
that half people exist.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this guy can't live because his organs, right, aren't there? But they are.
No, they are, dude.
No, they are. So I saw it at a circus like sideshow thing. They had that. So that in fact it even exists. But if I was like, you get the idea of somebody being half in the box and half not in the box. And if you saw a person get up and the whole half of body starts coming across the floor, you're like, it's real.
Yeah,
Everything's real.
So look, we had a person on the table with legs, right, moving their legs, and then he was on here, and so it looked like his whole body was there. And this guy would saw him in half, and then Danny would jump off the table and run.
start
Legs were
going.
still kicking up, dude. It would just blow people's mind. But so
What a closer.
we were bored one night, and we decided it'd be a great idea to fuck with this cop. So this Chattanooga cop had pulled up right there by the bar we were all drinking at, right? And so I said, Danny, you know me, I'm a dick. I'm like, let's fucking scare this cop. And for whatever reason. So Danny goes and lays. The guy gets out of the cruiser, and he's over there talking to some people. Danny goes and lays under his tire, like, scoots his body to where the driver's door, you know, when the cop comes back around, Danny's like this. Just screaming, oh my God. He ran over. Dude, the cop's calling, oh my God. And he's calling in all these. And so then I'm thinking, I got to stop this before it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. We thought you were. I made up some stupid story. We were playing a joke. The guy literally almost had a heart attack.
What's funny about that is, like, again, like a half part, like upon explanation, there's still you still need a little moment of like recovery. You know what I mean? So when you see a half person like walking around the haunted house, you go, oh my God. They go, no. It goes, it's just my friend Danny, and he comes, and you go, it's like all over again. You go, no, that can happen. Also, that's real.
Back out. I want to show you guys him. There it is, right there. Turn the sound on in the headphones.
Song.
He's also an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, jeez.
Don't you know where?
He's doing the legs.
Look at his thumb.
Yes.
I feel like this is not real.
All right. Dude, I swear it's real. So I will call
You paused it at the worst time.
Wait, somebody's peeking through the bottom of the curtain.
No, I think that's
his dick. That's his dick.
What is that? Look.
So
Is that a
Danny,
half a body?
let me tell you something about Danny.
Is that you, Charlie?
Yeah, I was his handler
Yeah.
for a while. So let me tell you, that guy gets so much puss, dude.
I was gonna guess you were gonna say that
Well, then
because I
you
will
know
say.
he's got a wiener.
So
Well,
look,
then you know he's got a
I'll
wiener.
tell you why. Because if a person who has this kind of affliction isn't depressed, it's because they are the exact opposite.
Yep.
And something about that just they were like, remember Vern Troyer? They were like, dude, Vern Troyer stays getting pussy.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like, that's freaky, but it's just like some people are like, dude, he gives a shit.
Yeah. So the thing about that guy, he really, like, not exaggerate. Like, he plays guitar, sings, he does all this stuff. He's wrote a book. It's called like
I have no legs.
Walk a Mile in My Shoes or something.
Stop it.
I don't.
Hey, did you have a falling out because you're talking about?
Can we spend the next 5 minutes all making up names of the books that it should be? Like, I don't know what's up top of that hill.
That's fucking terrible.
The title, no,
The Moonwalk.
the title. It's the title.
What's
of the
a slam dunk?
See, look, I told you. That's his book right there. His Anybody
Yeah,
Seen My Shoes.
Of course
exactly.
it would be.
That's genius. Good, good.
No, the guy is a fucking bad. Like, what's so cool about it? He's got such a great sense of humor. Like, I'll fuck with him. I would fuck with him. Hey man, your shoes untied, or I would wear him like a backpack sometimes.
You know what it is? You know what's interesting? It's very true. And Matt, you'll get this also too. Like, they're the people who complain.
Yeah.
Are never the people who are supposed to complain. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you make jokes about Danny here, it's a 23-year-old white girl who writes the letter against you.
Right, right.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I've always found that one of the most interesting things, anyone who deals with special needs kids, who at the core of everything, no one's a monster. You're like, yeah, that's terrible that happened. But if I've ever a special ed teacher in an audience, or parents even of special needs kids, they're so quick to laugh at the stuff because they're like, they're like, nah, please, like, it's our life. It's like,
and they've dealt with the reality of some of those things, right?
And they're just like, sure, let's have a laugh at it. They really don't care. It's always it's never the person who's the butt of the thing who's like complaining generally.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing. He's an amazing human being, and like, just he's so cool to sit back and watch.
Is he on next week or what?
Well,
I mean, we have to get him on the
dude,
show.
I used to put him under people's like desk. And
Damn,
shit.
dude.
Like my banker one time, like,
Dude, you are a piece of shit.
We'll bring him on the show, and Jay, we'll have you come back.
I'd like to come back for that one. Because I'll tell you what, I feel like no one in this room besides me is going to go, what's the dick situation?
yeah. Everybody, he's like, man, you got a dick or what? You know?
Let's get him to wedge himself under the tour bus. Oh my God!
Is a great job being the friend of his who has to like fucking hold him under the armpits and fuck chicks with him.
Yeah, I don't know. But that is hilarious.
He goes, nah. He goes, sometimes I get some spillover, but most of the time it's just me. Most of the time it's me fucking him.
Spillover.
And then he goes, flip over, baby. And he's got to hold him up like while she changes.
It's real weird when he's on bottom. She's right.
Wow, the images.
Dude, I seen him get kicked in the face one night. I swear to God.
Dude, we got in his podcast.
He looked like a fucking soccer ball, dude. So look, man, black folks.
What piece of shit fought a half man?
No, listen. So remember, he was.
He goes, half man, half what? Half machine? He goes, no, just half man. He goes, half man, half amazing? He goes, nope, half man only.
So we were in the haunted house, and black folks lose their shit in the haunted house. You know?
Oh yeah,
they get so like
horror and magic.
Yeah, dude, freaks them out so bad. And so,
if there's ever a race war,
yeah,
we know who to get on it. Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. So, they
tell them white people are ghosts. They'll leave us alone.
Sergeant Copperfield.
Yeah. So Danny does
Lieutenant Penn Teller.
Yeah. Danny does this thing where he gets sawed in half and then he jumps off the table, whatever, and starts chasing this lady. Dude, she fucking turns around. I heard it. And it's loud inside the haunted house. You just hear thud and he just fucking slides across the floor.
Is he still with us?
Yeah.
So you should have led with this.
I was like, oh
my
God, dude. It was so terrible.
That's how we end up rapping. Oh, by the way, he's dead.
That's why he's not on next.
Anyway, a scared black woman kicked him to death.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, rest in peace, buddy. We'll catch you guys. Danny, I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you at the crossroads, Danny.
Let me pour it out.
I'm thinking maybe the power should have stayed out.
I got to get him in here, man. You guys will love him. He's fucking awesome.
I can't believe you've held this from us for this long. What a piece of shit you are. I cannot believe it.
When you guys put him in the chair, you should put him like towards the edge to see if his dick hangs over the side.
Put him in that green green Borat, man.
Oh God, yeah.
Dude, talking about riding a bull. To start a podcast with that guy and see how long you can wait for somebody asking him about his dick sitch would be the fucking
10 seconds.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, he'd be so.
He's got kicked in the face before. We can ask him if he's got a dick.
He's tough. He's got tough skin.
He goes, hey, remember that black chick kicked you in the face? Did that make you hard? Is that even a thing?
Work our way.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because also, when you have half a body, when you get hard, do you just faint? It requires too much of your body's blood.
He's got a Harley.
By the way,
he
any
rides a
dick,
Harley.
for the record, any dick is a big dick when there's no giant legs taking it.
I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. Like where Bert gets stuck in his head, stuck in his head. All I got in my head right now is that song, I'm half the man I used to be.
No, man, that's fucking terrible, bro. Why would you say something like that?
After all that.
Yeah, you crossed a boundary there.
Yeah, hey, Jeff, we need you to write
When they call
in for a minute.
Write your letters for the X-Men podcast, Jeff.
So
When someone has a big dick.
We want to welcome everybody to the episode that got us canceled.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a cancer joke. It's like you're on a roll, man.
You know when someone has... I'd say a pretty good line. Whenever someone has a huge dick, they say it's like a third leg. And you could be like, it's my only leg. I'm going to be the first half person.
You go ride him an hour?
I'm going to pogo across the country on my own cock.
You ought to see me ride a scooter. It's amazing.
Yo, I'm nasty on a razor.
Fucking kill it. Oh God.
It's the ultimate bodybuilding pose. Just balancing your whole body on your dick, standing straight down. Yes, the balance he's showing right now is magnificent.
Oh God.
We're gonna send him up your way too. After we get through doing a pod with him, we'll let you roast him.
I'm gonna put him in the box with that fucking drum set.
That would scare the living shit out of me.
You can hear it being played,
motherfucker.
He goes, the Alessi showed up.
If that drum set shows up with holes punched in the box,
I text Jay. I'm like, hey man, did you get the drum set? I don't know. I'm still not home for another 4 weeks. Oh my God.
He goes, I think it's in the package room. No.
You gotta feed him.
Just tell your wife to slide hot dogs through the holes.
Oh God. You guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
It'd be great if this whole guy was made up.
No, dude. He's legit.
Oh, Bert.
Or he's completely.
Oh, Bird, what a dick.
Or he's completely CGI. He just comes in as a regular guy wearing green screen below the pants.
You're like, I
just wear green pants all the time.
Dustin, can you edit me out of this episode?
Dude, thank you guys for having me, man. This was fantastic.
Too much fun, man. I'm looking forward to the show. I bought tickets the day they went on sale.
You coming tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a blast. It's going to hang afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I'll try to.
Oh, man.
We'll rage. We'll smoke weed.
He checks the weather. He might not be partying
my
for
age.
him these days.
My age, too. I checked the weather. When we went outside before and it was starting to get rainy, I was like, yeah, here it comes.
I bought tickets.
Also, sunset 8:25.
We got a window. Let's go.
I bought tickets to last year and it got rained out. The one show I bought tickets to in Mississippi.
Mississippi, yeah. We came back and did a makeup date on that. Yeah, but that was
Did you
great.
go, David?
I play in a band though. I never can.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to get off for one
He's
night.
not in charge. Quit bitching to him. I'm like, fucking I'm out. He's go.
It was cool amphitheater also. Yeah, we had to come back for that just for one night, like a couple months later. But
Everyone
that was
flying to town.
That's fun. Tomorrow is going to be. I'm excited to get back on.
Oh, it'll be epic.
Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna rage.
What's your bro?
We're gonna rage so hard. You guys want to kill a drifter?
It's Alabama.
Let's kill a drifter, dude.
It's legal in Alabama to do
you can
that.
shit in the streets. You can kill a drifter. It's
man.
rocks.
Yeah. Well, he's got to be under 50 though.
The drifter?
Yeah, the drifter.
I've had it backwards.
I'm sorry,
this whole
over
time.
50. Over 50. I got it backwards.
Yeah, I don't want a family looking for him.
Yeah,
I want this cut and dry. No loose ends.
Hey, what's your website, man?
BigJComedy.com has all my dates and everything and ticket links and all that stuff. And check out the special.
Yeah.
Dog Belly's on YouTube. And enjoy. Yeah.
You guys go see Big J, all his upcoming shows. Check out all of his shit. He's badass. One of the coolest humans on the face of the earth, too. Great hang.
Thank you guys, man.
So.
Hey, hold on a second.
Thanks.
Hold on a second. I'm sending you a thank you text.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably got his dick.
There better be some cock in this thing. Don't send me no softy. Let me know you're in.
Before we get out of here, you never answered. What's your favorite city?
Yeah.
You didn't answer.
Yeah. That's like
Cleveland, Alabama.
God, man. You've been holding on to that one.
Y'all make sure you rate, view, and subscribe to the podcast. Please leave a comment on the YouTube.
Comment below your favorite city.
Yeah, and that's rate with a T, by the way.
Not rape. Don't go on a raping spree. We'll see y'all next week.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you.
See ya.
Peace.